Hi everybody, Kevin here, yet again with more Sky Striker coping. Yes, we are coping so hardcore with Striker, especially in the year 2023 in TCG land. I don't know if you guys saw YCS Las Vegas, the 3v3 thing, which is the first, I think, big tournament after, the big ban list that basically killed tournaments. It's not a very fun format. Here's a little picture in case you have no idea what I'm talking about, where some poor bastard got zone locked for the first, and I think it was like the semifinals or something. Here's a picture anyways. Yes, we have that to look forward to in Master Duel. Hopefully not, because it seems Master Duel is probably following the OCG and not really the TCG, so maybe this is all just going to be tournaments from now on in Master Duel. But anyways, here's my TCG profile in case you speak American or live in America land or some other region where you speak American. So here's the deck list. Reminder, this is all cope, okay? All cope. But of course, if you like what you saw and you want to see more Sky Striker related content, please click that like, sub, and comment down below of what you should be playing instead, or other spicy cards you may or may not know. So yeah, let me know. Alright, on to the deck profile. Okay, we're back. Hello. Alright, here comes the deck profile. Keep in mind, again, this is all cope and depends on your locals, but I'm going to say the deck profile in a kind of weird order, so I'll make it easier for you to see when I eventually show how you decide for this deck, which for some reason a lot of decks don't show. So here we go. Of course, you got to play 3 Ash. 3 5 head, huh? Again, excuse the lighting. I lost my tripod, so we all know what Ash does, right? Ash says no to Maxi, but not in TCG land. This is the universal hand trap. I think it's worth playing, especially since now, branded is in the thing. This says no to branded fusion. And also, call by is at 1 now. It's at 1 in TCG land, right? So the odds of them like negating your hand trap is pretty low, unless they're very smart and play Gamma, which I don't think they do. So 3 Ash, right? Gotta play it. Double ghost spell for banish shenanigans, right? I think it's still worth playing, especially even if like tier elements is not really a thing anymore. This is pretty underrated, I feel, and it's worth playing, right? So there's that. And also for Kashtira hate, 3 Lava Golem, it is worth playing, especially since most of the time the Kashtira M board is usually Diablo and the other Exceed monster that's really annoying. So ended with Lava Golem. You could also play Spear mode, I suppose, because if they really pop off, then usually they have 3 monsters, but if you really think about Spirit mode, there's no realistic way for you to out this thing, because I don't know if you know what it does. Like sometimes people just tribute it and like, oh, you win the game. No, you actually have to like get rid of it somehow, and basically this thing can't be targeted for attacks or card effects. So that's kind of a big problem with Sky Striker. So I think Lava Golem is probably a better option overall. And remember, with linkage, you don't really need to rely on normal summon Raye to get started anymore, so that's why. But of course, more Kashtira hate and combo, right? 3 nib. That's basically kind of, again, like Lava Golem, one of your only outs for Kashtira, because once they set up board, they're gonna basically zone lock you if they are able to pop off, and well, you better hope you pray you draw your handy, right? So there's basically our hand trap dealing with, I guess, cancer monster cards. Of course, we played 3 Raye. No Raye, no play. That's all I always say. I'm not a rapper, right? Those are what you always need to play. 3 Raye, no more, no less. Well, technically you play 4 because of Rhoda, right? But you know what I mean? There's that. Of course, 1 Rose for linkage shenanigans, and if you're really lucky or really good at the game, you will draw it like I do, and then you can't linkage OTK them. But at least you can make Zeke, and then eventually when Azalea comes, I don't know, right? So those are the monsters. Again, very weird order, but I'm doing this so it makes it easier on you to visualize what to side out when I show you the sideboard options, right? So call by, right? That's a 1. I gotta play it. I choose to play double Cyclone because Labyrinth is now a thing. The tier, or at least the meta right now, is Kashtira, branded, whatever, and then probably Labyrinth. Those are the top 3 things. I would like to play back row removal, because it would suck if, like, you just lose a match because you couldn't out 1 or Floodgate, especially since anti-spell is maybe becoming a thing again. Again, we'll see. Double Pot of Prosperity. I will put 3, but then I look at the prices and it's like a $60 card, and I'm just messing around locals, gang. If you have a 3rd one, you should probably play it. But again, I'm just messing around locals. I'm not trying to be a YCS champ here, but I will be, somewhat competitive at locals, whatever. We'll see. 1 Road, of course. You gotta play it. And then double afterburners, right? These are your striker cards. Double afterburners, pop stuff. Pop your lava golem. That's really important, right? Because if you just have lava golem, you gotta get rid of it somehow. Otherwise, it's just 3k going at your face. So one eagle booster. If you get targeted or something stupid happens to your, I don't know, one of your link monsters, it's unaffected by card effects, so they can't banish it or whatever, right? Orange Jones, start a card. Shark Cannon, just banish it, whatever. Of course, you gotta play 3 Widow Anchor. Most broken card for striker. This wins you games, right? And again, you can maybe set up 3 spells in your graveyard, steal their Widow, steal their Lava Golem, link it off into Zeke or whatever generic link monster, and then go from there, right? 1 multi-roll, of course. It's only at 1 TCG land. Even if they went to like semi-limit, I still think it's only worth playing at 1, because, well, striker has like 0. I feel it has 0 gas, especially in a format without Max C. So it feels like decks are more consistent, but the power level is lower. And like this is technically not a consistent card. You know, it's a power card kind of, because it helps you recursion. But you can't recur anything if you just lose. You know what I mean? If you can't like negate something, it needs something to do something, right? If that makes sense. So even if this comes to like 3, I would still think it's only worth playing at 1, right? 1 in Gag, unfortunately, is at 1. 3 linkage, start a card, always play 3 of this stuff. So good, because remember, if you see me play on stream or if you watch my gameplay, you know that I love to be greedy, because if they negate your red Ray, you can go linkage on their opponent's turn, right? And then you go into red Ray add backs your, you know, engage or Widow Anchor or whatever you need, right? And then stuff from that. Or another probably more common example is like if your link monster gets bopped, you go into Ray, you go into like yellow Ray or something like that, or you again like tag out into red Ray, and then you chain linkage during end phase, so you can double search with you know, your blue Ray. So pretty good. Triple tax talent. Everybody be having monster effects. Yeah, self-explanatory, right? Always used to draw 2. That's my opinion. I always used to draw 2, right? Draw 2 is better than, let's say, like stealing a monster, unless it's untargetable. But for the most part, everything is targetable in this format. And also the look at 1 card. I don't think 1 card is going to make a difference, unless it's literally 1 card. But I discourage people from using that effect, right? So 1 upstart, right? Those are the spells. I know, Kevin, you're probably wondering, what, you don't have triple tax talents thrust? Well, I do, but unfortunately I'm not very, you know, good at this game, and I only have 1. I only managed to pull 1. I'm sorry, I'm not lucky, but I have only 1. Obviously you should probably play 3 of this, because it basically means you have 4 engaged kind of, but like triple tax talent, you need to do your opponents to do something for this to like do something, but odds are they probably will. So yeah, we'll see. If hand traps are more prevalent or monster quick effect stuff is more prevalent, then obviously you get a lot more value of triple tax talent thrust. But if we go into like a slow format or something stupid like, I don't know, if Eldritch or Labyrinth becomes like the pure meta, then it's kind of like a dead card, you know what I mean? So yes, you could play this, right? That's one option, but again, I'm sorry, I'm poor and not lucky that I only have 1. I'm sorry. Will I play 1 of in locals? Yeah, but for the deck profile, you know, and for reasons like this, you know, you should probably play it only at 3. Droplet's another one. You should maybe consider, but at the same time, striker revolves around card advantage, right? It's not necessarily a 1 card starter deck. And then we already play like Lava Golem, Nibiru, all that stuff. I don't think it's worth playing Droplet for this deck or this meta specifically, right? So that's an option, right? And then, of course, like I said before, Bystials kind of do nothing now, because the only deck that's kind of relevant with is maybe just branded Tournament, right? Or branded, you know, Despia or whatever. Autocast Tier are kind of like different attributes overall. So on the bright side of this format, that means your Ray is probably not going to get banished anymore. So there's positives to that. And then finally the 3 traps, right? 3 traps. 3 Imperm. Simple, handy, right? If you're forced to go second, which this deck is kind of built to either go first or second. If you have a choice, probably go second, because then you can Lava Golem all those people, right? But Imperm, right? Universal hand trap. The only way your opponent can negate this is what, I guess, cross out. And then, again, it's also a bonus effect if you manage to set it. Maybe you can negate like a Floodgate or something stupid with that same column effect, right? So there's that. So those are all the spells and traps. And then extra deck, I think, is pretty flexible. I would say there's probably 3 flex spots, but you know, the rest is kind of, I feel, mandatory. Of course, you gotta play 3 red Ray. 3 red Ray. Will this go to 3 and Master Duel? Probably not. Probably not. But I think that's fine, right? You have 2 Engai again, Master Duel. And so, would you rather have that and 2 engage, 2 red ray? Yes, absolutely. But you know, Max exists, so some people hate that, some people are okay with that, so whatever. Double Zeke, right? You're one of ultimate rare, kind of course. Double green ray. You should probably only play 2, one to send ray, one to send rose, or rose, right? And then to send another spell. So you only need 2. And then, of course, 3 blue ray. This can again could probably cut down to through 2, because realistically you only use it once to search like your engage. Maybe another one to search, I don't know, Widow Anchor or something like that. The third one probably comes up more than it should, but again, I think playing 3, I would rather be safe than sorry, right? Having 3 is always good for me. You only need 2 green ray. 3 is probably more suitable for blue and red ray. So there's that. And then the rest of these cards are probably flex spots, but I choose dark. You know, there's probably to be probably a dark monster somewhere in your opponent's deck somehow. If not, then you don't need to play this, right? I like to play Unicorn, right? IP Masquerena, so you can maybe link into Unicorn, pitch something, shuffle it back, right? And of course, Access Code. But otherwise, these 4 cards, these 4, right? You can do whatever. Doesn't matter. When Azalea comes out, you'll take out that 1 Zeke for another Azalea. But at the moment, these 4 cards, whatever you want, fam. Whatever you want. Alrighty, I think that's 15. Is that 15? That's it for the extra deck and the main deck. I will now show you a sideboard picture and what to side out. Leave some suggestions down below of what you would play instead. But here you go. Yes, isn't that so interesting? Oh boy. What do you side out? No way. Oh my god. Alrighty. Cool. Alright, we're back. So there you have it. Wasn't that an interesting and informative deck profile of someone coping with Sky Striker in the year 2023? Oh boy. One of these days it's gonna be impossible to play Striker, and I guess that'll be the end of my YouTube channel. But anyways, if you enjoyed what you saw, you want to see more Sky Striker related content, please leave a like, sub, and comment down below. Alright, Johnny. This is my outro song for free YouTube monies. Give me some likes and sub for me, please.